RubeSheets.com takes almost any fantasy football format and generates a cheat sheet. Use it for your auction or your snake draft. Superflex, 2 quarterback, 14 or only 4 teams, $100 or $300 auction budget, TD heavy scoring, even milestone scoring. Rube Sheets can do it. Originally created by a fantasy football veteran that works in the financial services industry who fell way behind in fantasy prep one year and built this site to do everything at the push of a button. Go to RubeSheets.com and click Football Auction Cheat Sheet today.
Welcome to the Dynasty Dads Podcast. Football, rankings, debates, dad stuff with your host, Justin Williams and Matt Renshaw.
And welcome everyone to this edition of the Dynasty Dads Podcast. I am your host, Justin Unnecessary Roughness Williams. And with me, as always, my good friend, Matt Renshaw. Matt, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Unnecessary roughness, huh?
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it with the penalty theme.
So are you like a defensive end, a linebacker?
No. I'm just going to I don't know if you noticed, but every week I kind of give myself a new nickname, which is
I don't know. I've only been doing this with you for almost a year now.
Well, giving yourself a nickname is like the epitome of cool, and that's what I've been doing.
Oh,
so, yeah, I think I'm just going to keep changing it up. Like every week will be a different penalty.
Okay. So you're going to do strictly penalties for 17 weeks during the season.
Now I feel like you're challenging me, and now I'm really going to do it because I think I could do like unnecessary roughness, offensive holding, which is something I've been accused of before.
Wait, offensive or offensive?
I think there's a lot we can do here.
I think I'll throw a challenge flag on that. Sure.
Well, this show's off the rails already. So be sure to check us out on iTunes, dynastydads.com, and as well as Twitter. We're pretty big over there.
Yeah, we are.
On the
At
Twitterverse.
Dynasty Dads.
At Dynasty Dads. Special shout out to our advertiser, RubeSheets.com. Awesome website. They've been with us for a couple weeks now, and they seem to be absolutely loving it. So show them some love. Check out RubeSheets.com.
I'm doing a redraft league tonight, and I'm going to use Rube Sheets to do a cheat sheet.
Nice.
So yes, thanks, Rube Sheets.
So how many more drafts do you have before
this is it? Like this was my last one, and this one kind of came up out of nowhere. My dad texted me, and he knows I do a podcast, and he doesn't play fantasy football, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to start a league, like a family league?" And I said, "Nobody in the family plays fantasy football." But sure enough, we're starting it, and wives, and my mom, and my sister, and so it's a family league with girls.
Yeah, girls are a part of the family too sometimes.
I know. So, yeah, we'll see. My guess is my dad goes, "How do you think," he texted me yesterday, "how do you think this is going to go?" I said, 2 girls that don't know what they're doing are going to be in the championship game and win. One of them is going to win.
Mm-hmm. No, that's absolutely what's going to happen.
Probably my wife, and then I'll never hear the end of it.
Sure.
So,
and I'm sure we'll get weekly updates on that.
If you want them.
Nope. Sure
okay,
don't.
I don't want to give them, especially if I lose to. If I win, I'll come in bragging, and if I lose, I won't say a word.
So how was is that like your family story then, or do you got any kid stories?
Kid stories. So my youngest is starting to repeat things, and I remember when my oldest would repeat things. So gotta be real careful. I haven't any slip ups yet. My wife thinks our oldest drops an F-bomb, and I'm like, no, she doesn't. That's not what she's saying.
The oldest, like you?
Like, no. Well, technically, no. But our 2.5-year-old, she's like, I think she's saying the F word. I said, she is not saying the F word, because I have not said the F word in front of my 2-year-old.
Yeah, I swear like a sailor.
Yeah.
So,
you know me for a while. I have sworn like a sailor in the past, but I have cut down significantly since becoming a father.
Yeah. Not me. Hasn't really. It's kind of gone up, actually. When I think about it.
How's the stay-at-home mom life for your wife and you? And
she's been working this week, helping out her old employer. So
nice. So you're staying home.
I did a lot of stay-at-home.
Mr. Mom this week.
Yeah. Grandma watched the kids for a little bit, a couple days this week, because I was pretty busy. But other than that, big news in the Williams household though. Carly finally took a couple of steps.
Oh, I thought you were going to say baby number 3 is on the way.
No, stop it! What are you doing? No way. We're good. We're happy.
I would not be surprised in the life of this podcast if I have an announcement to make at some point.
No, well, that's up to you, man.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Over here, we're happy. We don't want to ruin that.
Oh, yeah, I love my girls, but I have 2 girls.
Yeah, we got lucky. We got lucky.
Yep.
No, Carly's she's done a lot. Today I watched her just about all day, and she's climbing over everything and taking a couple steps here and there and mouthing off, yelling, hitting, smacking, biting.
Yeah. Does she like
It's like a
strangers?
vicious cockfight.
Yeah.
No, not really. She's not a big fan.
I remember when I came over to your house and she wanted nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
It
depends. It depends on the day. Sometimes she's cool. Sometimes she's just
a girl.
Just a girl. DTA. Don't trust anybody.
Huh?
Think Stone Cold. Remember that one?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
So today's show, Matt, is going to be a little bit different than what we usually do.
Oh?
Yes, we are going to keep this one pretty short because you have a draft to go to.
I do.
So this is just going to be a news and notes show. It's a pretty important show.
Yeah.
Because the preseason is wrapping up.
Yeah, season starts next Thursday, a week from tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Which is unbelievable. And we are obviously, we are obviously going to have a show before next week's
Thursday
regular
night
season
kickoff?
opener.
Yes.
Which is going to be great.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. I got the shakes. So
he is shaking.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing that, and next week's show is actually going to be even more different because we're going to change up our format.
Oh.
We have a couple different segments that are going to be coming to the show that I think are going to be absolute home runs.
Yes.
And we're going to still hit on news and notes. We're going to still give some mediocre fantasy advice. Still talk about the kids. Still going to talk hot takes.
Right.
But we're going to introduce a couple different segments that we think we are all going to really enjoy, and we're going to kind of keep those close to the vest for now.
I'm not going to say. Mm-hmm. Secret time.
Mm-hmm. So, why don't we just start off with the news? We're going to run through this real quick, and then we'll let everybody go and let you go ruin your own league.
Yes.
All right?
I can't wait.
All right.
Cannot wait.
Oh, boy. Let's see. I don't even know where to start. Should we start with the Aaron Rodgers news? Is that kind of the biggest?
Yeah, that's the biggest that I saw today. There was a lot of news today.
Rodgers! So Rodgers is going to be a Green Bay Packer for a while. He is now extended through 2023. Today, he actually signed a 4-year, $134 million extension.
For those of you that aren't good at quick math, that's $33.5 million a year.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
I would have to work multiple lifetimes to make close to that.
Yeah. Not only is he the highest paid quarterback now, he's obviously God, I cannot say the word tonight.
Obviously.
He is obviously the highest paid player.
You said it wrong again.
Obviously.
There you go.
He's obviously the highest paid player at just in the NFL in general.
Yeah.
Which
he's probably the face or the number 2 face behind Brady of the league.
Amazing career.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, how his career started, we just don't see that anymore with quarterbacks.
Took 3 years behind Brett Favre.
Where they actually give him chance to learn from the guy ahead of him.
We may see that with number 1 pick Baker Mayfield. Not 3 years,
not the same
maybe
thing,
1.
Yeah.
No?
You know who we might see it with? Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, segue.
The Saints traded for Teddy today for Bree's backup, and it cost them.
And they gave up a 3rd-round pick.
They gave up a 3rd.
That is shocking to me.
Mm-hmm. But they also got this a 6th-round pick with Teddy.
Right, and I saw something that they kind of broke it down. I don't know who it was on Twitter, but they said if the Saints let Teddy Bridgewater walk after the season, if he decides to walk and not sign an extension, they could get a 3rd-round comp pick for him. So they really could make out okay. It's kind of like Nick Foles. If they would have let Nick Foles walk and he would have signed a starter contract somewhere, they would have gotten a 3rd-round pick, compensatory pick. So,
were you disappointed when you seen the Teddy news? Because I know that you've kind of been keeping an eye on Taysom Hill.
Yeah, I like Taysom Hill. It made sense for the Saints if they try to extend him. I don't know. I was surprised by the 3rd-round pick. Like I thought a 5th or a 6th would get him, and a 3rd just. Like, I don't know if anybody saw that coming.
I think this tells me that there's been whispers behind the scenes with Breeze where this might be it. We might be coming to the end. I mean, with that last contract negotiation,
Maybe.
I mean, he might have gave him a bit of a heads up.
Maybe.
I just think it was a weird move at a kind of a weird time, especially when you have Taysom Hill. We've had the coach talk very high about Hill.
Yeah.
And Hill's looked really good in the preseason as well.
I told you.
So it's a weird situation. What does this do for his stock? Did this raise it for Bridgewater? Did this raise it for you, or
no,
possibly lower it, or just kind of?
It didn't change anything because he's still a free agent at the end of the year. He's still young. If he signs with the Saints and Breeze retires, obviously that's a boost, but that's not a guarantee. If Breeze retires and they try to sign Teddy and he doesn't want to sign, they can always franchise tag him and have a quarterback and not have to play the the draft game because they don't have a first-round pick next year. They traded their first-round pick to move up in this year's draft. Now they've traded a third-round pick to get Teddy Bridgewater. Their draft capital next year is very, very low.
I don't know what it really does for me either. In a dynasty league, if it's a deep roster, I really don't have a problem if you go out and get Teddy Bridgewater.
No,
you're dropping your wide receiver 7, something like that. Like I totally get it. I don't think I'd really make a move to go get him because there's a chance any backup quarterback can get dropped any time of the year.
Right.
But I thought it was an interesting move.
Well, it's like him and Foles, to me, are on the same level. Foles may start a couple games this year, but in terms of value, they're the same. They both are going to be on the market next year. They both could be starting quarterbacks next year. You just don't know where they're going to end up.
I'm glad you bring up Foles because we're going to talk about him a little bit here.
All right.
We're on a roll with these segues.
Hey-yo.
Carson Wentz status for Week 1, which is next Thursday against the Falcons,
Yes.
is still up in the air.
Right.
Head coach Doug Peterson he's expected to announce the starter sometime later this week. Wentz and Foles have been splitting reps in practice this week, 50-50. And I have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
If Foles starts, how does this injury affect the value of guys like Ertz, Alshon, who's also banged up, Ajayi, etc.?
Alshon's going to miss 2 weeks. I think Schefter tweeted that, so that's a pretty trusted source. And so for Ertz, I think he's a boost. He performed well with Foles in the Super Bowl and the playoffs. Obviously, it gives a little bit of a bump to Aguilar, and I think they're going to run the ball with Ajayi.
It gives him a bump?
Yeah, if Alshon's not playing, he gets a bump.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought we were... Yeah.
Because he's not going to bump because of Foles. He's going to bump because there'll be more targets.
Let's break down Foles instead of Wentz. Let's say Wentz takes a seat Week 1. It's Thursday. It's the game. It's the opener. Everybody that's a football fan is going to be watching.
Yep.
What does this do for that team, those offensive players, if Wentz is taking a seat?
Nothing.
It doesn't change your rankings.
In my opinion, no, it doesn't change my rankings.
If Wentz is in, does it just stays the same?
It stays the same. I mean, because Wentz is coming back from an injury. You don't know what Wentz you're going to get. Is he going to be skittish? Is he going to be scared? I mean, Doug Peterson has said that this preseason that he can see some intimidation, not intimidation, in Wentz. So for me, a hurt Wentz versus a healthy Foles are equal.
Okay, that's interesting. Who do you got in that one? Eagles or the Falcons? I don't even know the spread.
I'll probably take the Eagles.
That's fair.
The Eagles have a better defense. I would say their offenses are very similar. So then I'll go to the defensive side, and I think the Eagles have a better defense than the Falcons.
Give me the Falcons.
I don't know what the spread is.
No, me either. Odell Beckham Jr. got paid.
Yes, everyone's getting paid. Seems like a theme this week.
You get an extension. You get an extension. You get an extension. You get an extension. 5-year extension. Yep. $95 million.
That's a lot of money.
Highest paid wide receiver in the league. $65 million of that was guaranteed. Yep. Only 25 years old.
Did you see the Sterling Shepard's video? So they tweeted out in the locker room after the extension news came out. And Sterling Shepard had one of those Beats Pill Bluetooth speakers playing Money, Money, Money. And everyone's dancing.
Paid, man.
Oh, he did. And it was good. There was rumblings this offseason that he was going to get traded. So... Which, whatever. They kept him.
Hashtag DadStat. 38 touchdowns through 47 NFL games. Mm-hmm. Kind of good.
Yeah, he's a good player. And he's 25.
Unbelievable.
Too bad he's got, after next year, he's not going to have a quarterback.
Well, let's keep this train going with extensions. Tyler Lockett, 3 years, $31.8 million through 2021.
What has he done to warrant that money, in your opinion? I don't think anything. He's the hype guy that we hear about every year, but hasn't done anything.
Lockett has failed to top 600 yards receiving each of the past 2 seasons and has just 3 touchdown catches over his last 31 games after scoring 6 as a rookie. So essentially, he is the opposite of Odell Beckham Jr. He doesn't turn 26 for another month, which is good. Yeah. I mean, so he's still young. There's a lot of time left for him. Yeah. He's a really good return man. Yeah. But that's just a lot of money for a return guy, unless your name is Devin Hester in his prime.
They must think that he's going to just explode this year. Like, I don't get it.
I don't think anybody does.
I'm not a GM, though.
We had a lot of news go down today, man.
I was like, we're going to do a news and notes show, and that's all we need to do because there's so much of it.
So for you IDP guys, we got a couple stories for you with linebackers. Michael Kendricks charged with insider trading.
Yeah, that's weird. Only the Browns. Like, this is a Browns story. They're having a good offseason. They're on Hard Knocks. I'm going to do insider trading.
Well, he admits it happened over 4 years ago.
Right.
He deeply regrets it. He said in a statement.
Is he supposed to say, I'm glad I did it. It was great.
And he vows to repay the illegal funds.
Yeah.
It's obviously a serious issue, but we just have no idea what this is going to do for him right now.
Would you be surprised if
Martha
they cut
Stewart
him?
away, man?
Yeah. Yeah. Snoop Dogg didn't even get this.
I don't know if they should cut him. I mean, he's a pretty good player. He's only on a 1-year contract too, so I mean, it's easy to get rid of him.
Cut bait and let him go.
But I mean, I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, this is crazy. Like, no one saw this coming.
No, you can't predict that stuff.
No, insider trading, which is weird because it's like, wait a minute, what business are you in that you were involved in insider trading?
It says it was for a friend. So I'm sure
a friend's business. Yeah, and they found out. I get it. I just meant like you wouldn't know that. Like, it's not like the guy's LeBron James with businesses or anything.
NBA starting up soon. You hype? What's your hype level of NBA starting up? Like 1 to 10. 10 being like super hype, like football hype, and 1 being like, whatever. It's hockey.
Ooh.
Because I have no idea when hockey even happens.
It's like NASCAR. I thought NASCAR was
a good one too.
Yeah.
I thought NASCAR was all year round.
So did I. I didn't know there was an off season.
It's like baseball. It never ends.
Baseball is not all year round. Shut up.
Baseball feels like it's all year round.
No.
I like baseball. It feels like it's all year round.
So back to your question of basketball.
Yeah.
I watch basketball in March, and I watch basketball in whenever they play the finals. Like, I don't watch. And maybe I'll watch a Christmas game if there's no football on.
See, that's my favorite. My favorite part is the Christmas game and the playoffs. I love it.
Yeah.
But the one thing I do like about the NBA is there's like a game on, it seems like almost every night.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. The last 5 minutes of every NBA game are what dictate the game.
I don't know.
I think
it's almost like a more personal game to me. Like, you get to know those guys a lot better. Like, you know about them a lot better. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is. It must be because they don't have masks or helmets, I mean, with face masks.
Well, baseball, they don't have masks or helmets with face masks.
And that's part of the reason why I like baseball. Is like, it's such a long game that you need a lot of filler in there. I know it's a lot of filler, but early in the season, you learn a lot about those guys.
Yeah. I like October, the month of October.
Oh, absolutely.
Because football, baseball, basketball.
Yep.
Hockey, maybe, NASCAR.
Give me playoff baseball, too. I love playoff baseball. I'm all about it.
Yep.
Especially the wild card. I think that was the best thing they ever did when they added that wild card.
Yeah. I don't know.
More IDP news.
Yeah, let's get back to the football.
Khalil Mack and the Raiders are digging their heels in. Mack is looking more and more likely to sit out games if he's not traded. Mack was a fairly high pick in IDP
You think they're
leagues.
going to trade him?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
I think he sits out before they trade him.
I do too. I don't think I wouldn't trade him. You don't want to be the guy that traded Khalil Mack.
It's disappointing, though, because I really like Mack, and I know I have him on a couple of IDP leagues, and I think he's a great player.
I keep hearing so I saw this today, and it was like, be aware of this. With the Jets trading Teddy Bridgewater, they can afford Khalil Mack's contract now.
Ugh.
I wouldn't like it either.
We have a mutual friend who posts on Facebook that he thinks that there's a shot
That the Packers get him?
that the Packers
Yeah,
get
get
him.
out of here, Andrew.
Yeah, I think that'd be crazy to see happen, but
No. When was the
it's
last?
just not going to.
No. I don't blame him. As a Packers fan, I would be rooting for it. As a Broncos fan, I'm sure you would root for it. As a Cowboys fan, I would be thrilled. But
oh yeah, get him out of the division.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, but I don't see it happen. I wouldn't trade him. But the people on Twitter that are like, Khalil Mack, quit being a baby. Duh, duh, duh.
Oh, that's stupid. Every time that
If
happens.
I did this at my job, I'd get fired. You're right. And if you did get fired and you were as good as Khalil Mack, you would get picked up immediately by another company and get paid what you are worth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't blame the guy.
And for anybody to be on the side of the owners in the NFL is
It's
just
weird, right?
Unfreaking believable.
That's just weird to me.
I almost swore.
Well,
That's
you
just
and that
it's
pirate
stupid.
potty mouth.
Yeah, it's stupid. Those guys make millions of dollars. Did you see your boy Jerry Jones came out and
Jerry
said
Jones
about
is a smart guy.
we should have 18 games, was it?
I don't know.
18
I
regular
didn't
season
see that.
games and 2 preseason games.
Yeah.
And he said about player safety. Go F yourself, Jerry. That's about revenue for the team. That's not about player safety.
Yeah, I don't.
That breaks down to like $31 million a game per owner.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I can't. I don't know how you could argue more games is better for the player's safety. Like I don't see how that argument could ever be made. But
Jerry Jones is a scumbag. Moving forward, we got Hugh Jackson stated that Josh
Scumbag.
Gordon will not start week 1,
Yeah.
but he will play.
Yeah.
Do you lower your expectations there?
No.
He has a bit of a hammy issue.
Who cares? If you start, it doesn't
Bit of a
matter.
hammy.
No. I still
And
take
he's not that talented.
Josh Gordon over Jarvis Landry. I just want you to know that I had multiple people reach out to me that you don't know that I know that listen to the show that said, your co-host really hated that Josh Gordon take.
Absolutely.
Oh, if you haven't heard the Josh Gordon take, go back and listen to last week's hot take episode. But,
In the archives.
oh yeah, there was some fun arguments. Anyway, I'm not worried. Who cares if you start? He's gonna play. I don't care if he starts. It's like,
You're not going to lower your expectations a little bit?
no,
I mean, I know the starting thing is just kind of like a whatever, but not even a little?
no,
He's also banged up already,
yeah,
and he missed a good chunk of training camp. I don't know if your Browns HBO show is...
Hard Knocks.
Yeah, I told you all about that.
Yeah, I did.
but
He wasn't there. I missed last night's episode, but I'll
You're not
catch it.
tempering your expectations just a tad for week 1.
What do you mean tempering my expectations? What do you, like?
He's not an auto start. Right?
No, I wouldn't consider him auto start.
Is he flex worthy?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. Boom
Okay.
or bust flex, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
just think
would
you're going to
play
find better options. If we did rankings, like week-to-week rankings, I think he'd be way lower on mine than
him.
yours.
You mean like next week? Like we can talk about where guys are.
Are we?
We can. We don't have to.
We'll talk about it off the air.
But yeah, so I don't know. Josh Gordon not starting doesn't mean anything. It's just a title. It does nothing for me. He'll still score a touchdown.
4th-round pick, Jaleel Scott of the Baltimore Ravens landed on the IR with a severe hamstring injury. Quiet training camp, but was being drafted in rookie drafts. Any significance for you? Was he on your radar at all?
No. It just goes to show you, like, these rookies. This is a bad year for rookies getting hurt. I mean, Scott, Deion Kane, Geis. I feel like I'm missing somebody else,
Probably.
but yeah, it's just been a bad.
Do you own Scott in any league?
No,
Not a single one?
not a single one.
I have him in a couple really deep leagues where it's just he was a dart throw,
Yeah,
practice squad kind
yeah.
of guy.
I know who he is. I've talked to people about him,
Yeah.
but I don't own him anywhere.
Okay. The Seahawks went out and they got Mr. Brett Hundley. They got him from the Packers in exchange for a 2019 6th-round pick. And Hundley is actually entering the final year of his rookie deal and was expendable in Green Bay after the Packers got second rounder in 2017 Kaiser from the
Yeah.
Browns.
Yep.
So kind of interesting. Hundley really hasn't done a lot. And
No.
I mean, when they did start him last year while Rodgers was hurt, he didn't look too
He
good.
looked awful.
Yeah.
So what they gave up a 6th to get him? 7th round,
Did I say? Yeah, 6th round.
6th round. That's what I
2019
thought.
6th round.
So Hundley's worth a 6th. Bridgewater's worth a 3. But
You
Hundley's
can't look at
played
it like that,
more.
though.
You can?
I don't think so.
Aren't they both on their rookie deals?
Yeah, but I think no, they're not.
No.
No, because Bridgewater's rookie deal expired and they let him walk from the Vikings.
You're right. That's right. Okay, so he's 1 year older. Yeah, I would rather have Bridgewater. Hundley, yeah, that doesn't do anything for me. I think, and I've said it on other podcasts that we've done, the Seahawks are in for a fall from grace this year. I just do not see how they can. I don't think they win the West. The West is very tough. They have Russell Wilson, and then who?
The blurb on rotoworld.com for this news story says Hundley was terrible as the Packers starter in 10 games last year and likely needed a change of scenery. He's drawn mostly positive reviews from camp this year.
Whoop-de-doo.
Maybe there's a jump there.
Woohoo.
Adam Gase came out, head coach Adam Gase came out for the Dolphins and said, hopefully Kenyon Drake will handle 15 to 20 carries and see 6 to 8 targets per game. You buying?
Kenyon Drake or what Adam Gase is saying?
Are you buying what Adam Gase is saying?
No.
Do you buy on Kenyon Drake this year?
I'm selling everywhere I can on Kenyon Drake this year.
So it's a no to either question.
Yes. Frank Gore. Give me some Frank Gore.
Frank Gore could be the guy at the end of the year where we look at and be like, he's going to have respectable numbers because they're touchdown numbers, but you never could have started him.
No.
Like he never would have had like a weekly startable.
He's probably owned in less than 50% of leagues and might start for you some weeks.
Yeah, bye week fill in or something.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should be owned. That's for sure.
You going to talk about my boy?
Lev Bell.
That's the one.
Le'Veon Bell denies that he'll be back in Steelers camp by Labor Day. He went ahead and called it fake news on his Twitter account.
Fake.
Sounds familiar?
I don't know. Where have you heard that before?
I'm not sure. Sounds familiar. The disgruntled running back has yet to sign his franchise tender while holding out from all offseason activity. He pulled the same stunt in 2017 and was seemingly unaffected by the layoff. So fantasy owners shouldn't really have any trepidation drafting him. But yeah, does this do anything for you, James Conner?
No,
not on the radar,
because Randy Fitchner, and I feel like I'm going to say his last name wrong. He is the offensive coordinator for the Steelers. For those of you that don't know, doesn't expect Bell to have a limited workload week 1. So he's going to show up and he's going to get the ball and he's going to be Le'Veon Bell and be fine. Last year, week 1 was his worst week, and I think he put up 18 points. Yeah, I'll take it. That's fine. Give me Le'Veon Bell.
Marquise Lee was placed on the IR this week with a knee. Moncrief, Cole, Westbrook, Shark. Who you got?
Cole. Give me all the Keelan Cole.
Is there any reason behind that?
Was a starter with Lee. Just by, if you subtract the 1, usually the 2 becomes the 1. So he's probably going to be the 1 in that offense. I like D.D. Westbrook too, where you can get him. I don't like Moncrief. And Chark to me has always just been like a return specialist, big play guy. So if I had to pick 2, I'm taking Dede and Keelan Cole. But I don't know if you know this. We own them both in the Scott Fish Bowl.
You're damn right we
That's
do.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
that looks smart.
I told you that strategy. Grab as many as you can and hope, and it worked out.
If I told you which one of those guys would be the most surprising if they end the season as the wide receiver, like the best wide receiver in Jacksonville, the highest fantasy
If I had
scorer,
to be
you'd be most surprised by who?
Chark.
I think I'm the same.
And then if I had to rank him, I'd go Chark, Moncrief, Westbrook, Cole.
For like most surprising to least surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all over DD. I was
know you
last
do.
year.
Yep.
I think DD's the best thing they got. I was disappointed when they signed Moncrief, but then I remembered, oh yeah, it's Dante Moncrief.
Moncrief.
So
I feel like there's a dad stat in there
yeah,
somewhere.
I don't feel like it really hurt him at all. But we'll see.
I'm surprised Dez. Why hasn't Dez, like, his name been brought up for Jacksonville?
He's talking a lot of trash on.
He's
Twitter.
gonna fight some YouTube guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I would pay to see that.
There's nothing else going on.
I would pay to see that.
Not like he has to be. At
Did you hear
practice
that
or anything.
story?
Yeah, I seen a little bit of
He
it.
sent the congratulations to the wrong guy, and the other guy got mad. I saw somebody that said, "If you want to throw hands," he goes, "I'll throw my hands at you, but Dez, you probably can't catch it."
Oh, that hurts.
Oh,
That really hurts.
yeah. That's them Paul brothers. They're Rons. I call them Rons.
Got a couple more stories, and we'll cut this one loose.
All right.
Brandon Marshall. So ESPN.
Why are we talking about this guy?
Because I know there's some people that still have him on rosters.
Okay.
ESPN's Brandy Henderson projects the Seahawks to release Brandon Marshall. Marshall has actually been drawing strong reviews in practice, but Henderson believes the Seahawks will opt to go younger before possibly re-signing Marshall after Week 1 when his $1.1 million contract would no longer be guaranteed. Marshall is probably most closely battling Amara Darboh,
Yeah.
which I would find it surprising if Brandon Marshall can't beat out Darboh.
Darboh.
So I'm guessing with your reaction, Marshall's not on your radar at all.
Anywhere. Nope.
You don't think he could end up being like, I think his ceiling is red zone threat.
In Seattle, if they cut him, I'm really not interested in him. In Seattle, maybe, because he's probably their wide receiver 3, right?
Yeah, we just talked about Tyler Lockett. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could see Brandon Marshall he's a completely different player.
That's why I think they're doomed. They're destined to not have a good year at all.
Death.
They're not. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they cut him. But then it talks about re-signing him. Maybe. I mean that could happen. I'm surprised you haven't talked about Randall Cobb.
I feel like everybody's waiting on Randall Cobb. I didn't really want to talk about it because it's all hearsay. We do this it happens all the time with players that are like on the trading block. Everyone knows they're on the trading block. It's like,
Would you be surprised if he was cut?
cut, yes.
Okay.
I think that would be surprising because I think he's just good enough to not get cut.
Mike Lombardi on the GM Street podcast said that everybody knows Randall Cobb's available for trade, and the Packers have come out and denied it. But it seems like it's well known that all you got to do is call and you can get him. So RotoWorld, the blurb I read on RotoWorld was like, we wouldn't be surprised if he got cut. So if he gets cut, maybe he goes to Seattle. I don't know who else needs right. Maybe he goes to Jacksonville. Maybe him and Dez hang out and fight people on YouTube.
Yeah. No, that's the thing to do.
That's right. He's only 28. Like I feels like Randall Cobb has been around forever. Maybe it's all those corn on the cob fantasy team names that have come through the years, but
Dad joke.
It's not a dad joke.
Cameron Meredith has played 48 snaps this preseason, 0 catches. Big deal to you or nah? 48 snaps, 0 catches.
He's going to play a lot tonight or whenever the next preseason game is. No, he's coming back from ACL. He's rusty. He'll be fine. I know Traquan Smith hasn't looked good.
I was going to say, give me Traquan Smith at this point.
Yeah.
I'm out.
They signed Meredith, what, a 3-4 year deal?
I'm out.
You're out completely?
I'm out completely on Cameron Meredith. This is the time to do it. If you have him on your roster and you can trade him to somebody, do it.
Wow. I have him on my roster in a league we're in together.
Yeah.
Do you want to trade for him?
No, I traded you him.
No. Do you want to tell that whole trade, or would you rather?
Not really. It wasn't a good trade at all.
Okay.
I was playing. What's the people that see the future? Not a gypsy. Damn.
I don't
What do they
know.
call those
Man,
people?
you are pirate mouth tonight.
I said damn.
You said that multiple times.
Damn.
Fortune teller?
Fortune teller. Thank you.
Madam, what's her name? Do you remember, like...
The Jamaican lady. Yeah.
I tell you your future, yeah.
That sounded Italian, Mario. That was terrible.
Okay, I can't. Isn't Jamaican and Italian, aren't they the same thing?
Oh, wow. All right. So
Irie.
you're holding on to Cameron Meredith then?
I'll hold. Why? I mean, I'm not going to drop him for Brandon Marshall.
Right now?
And he's 20.
Well, no,
he's 26, 25.
Okay, well, Traquan Smith or Cameron Meredith.
Oh.
Wow, really?
That one's tough.
I think it's a slam dunk.
You taking Smith?
Yeah, easily. Right now? Yeah.
We don't know what he's going to be.
Don't care. Don't care.
Well, I'll trade you Smith for something, too.
Oh, boy. So I was rereading our hot takes from last week.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Mine are amazing and yours are awful.
I feel like they're unfair, though. If you compare them. I know, I'm serious. Hold on. I feel like if you compare them, that's unfair. Like, I'm more than likely going to be wrong on more than you are.
That's true.
But I feel like mine were much more. Mine were much more hotter.
Yours are in fuego. I mean, your Des Bryant take is probably the hottest take I've ever heard.
Now I'm starting to sweat because I expected him to sign by this time.
Expected to come in this week and go, I told you he was going to get 10.
For those who may have missed it, you need to go back and check out all of them. But the one we're talking about right now is Des Bryant scores 10 touchdowns this season.
I told you were nuts.
Oh, it's a high number.
There are people in leagues that I'm in. I share the podcast into leagues and say, hey, you know, and they were like, he said what? He's 10? No, not even close. There's somebody said he's not even going to get 10 catches.
Oh wow.
So
yeah, I mean it's not looking good, but you never know.
Well, he tweeted yesterday or today. He's like, I'll be in the league. I'll play some games this year, but it might be later than expected.
I know. I seen that, and I almost died.
You were like, "Oh no, he's going to Canada."
Why are you saying that?
With Johnny Manziel?
But that brings me to my next point. If there's ever going to be a time that he's going to sign, it's going to be after September 1st, because prior to 4 p.m. on September 1st, New York time, all clubs have to drop down to 53 players, active and inactive.
Okay,
which is that's coming up. That's in a couple days here.
Okay, yeah,
that's a big day because it used to. I'm sure you remember. It used to be. It was progressive. Like every week you had to cut down a little bit by little.
Like it doesn't matter.
Big drop.
Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but now it's a big drop.
Yeah,
you just got to cut down to 53, which is I think there's I want to say 70, 80 guys on most rosters right now.
Yeah,
and they're all. That's kind of why you're seeing like trades and extensions. They're all trying to figure it out right now.
Right
before the season starts, get it out of the way. But that's all I got.
That's it.
That's it. That's pretty much all the news. I don't really. There's nothing else here that's noteworthy in my opinion. So
no, we talked about Cobb. I mean, the only thing that I saw you roll over that I thought you might talk about would be Randall Cobb. What about Aaron Donald? If we're talking IDP,
yeah, Aaron Donald is he's looking for an extension. Sounds like he's going to get one.
Yeah, I want to say Willie Snead, but that's not. It's the GM's name is Les Snead. Said they're close to a contract extension with holdout Aaron Donald. I don't know if you're doing IDP drafts how high you take guys like that, but
Aaron Donald's pretty high.
Seems to be about if you could get him. I'm sure he dropped because he was holding out. He's going to be one of the highest paid guys.
Are you in IDP leagues at all?
I'm in a couple. Yeah. Couple. I'm in the IDP leagues. I'm in are big leagues, so 24 team IDP leagues.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Those are the best.
They're fun. I usually punt defense and just pick up guys off waivers that are performing well that year. That's kind of my strategy with that. So I have no shot at getting Aaron Donald anywhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm never the guy that has the best D linemen. Like, I feel like that's such a fickle position in most scoring systems. So it's like I usually go. I'll try to get one of the best linebackers. Maybe a good safety or cornerback, but rarely. It's mostly all linebackers.
Yeah.
All right, well, that does it for the show. I know we're a little bit short this week, about a half hour short, actually.
Yeah.
Be sure to check us out next week. We are going to have almost a brand new show. We got brand new segments. We're going to obviously have new content for you.
Next week's our birthday.
It's our birthday. It's our 1 year.
It's close to our 1 year birthday.
It's close enough for a podcast.
Yes.
So Matt will bring the cake. I'll bring the ice cream, and we're going to celebrate. Be sure to check out our sponsor, RubeSheets.com. It really is a tremendous website, and it's something that we think that everyone could use. And check us out on Twitter. We are at Dynasty Dads. And be sure to leave us a nice review on iTunes. Unless it's for Matt, you can say whatever you want.
Whoa, reminder, we read all 5-star reviews live on air right at the drop.
Especially, I'll read 3 or 4 star reviews if it says something negative about Matt.
No one is going to say anything negative about me. I'm very well liked.
I will read it live on the air. Until next week, stay tuned.
God bless.
Thanks for hanging out with us on another episode of the Dynasty Dads Podcast. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes and follow us on Twitter at Dynasty Dads. Visit us at our website, dynastydads.com, for articles, news, and notes, Dynasty Dads gear, and more.